Hi guys, so this is the seventh video of the 450 questions Love Bubber series, and I hope you have watched the first six videos and I think you have liked it. Please share it with your friends and subscribe to my channel, it will motivate me. I'll share the playlist in the description and you can find the questions list also in the description. So we had solved a problem trapping rainwater yesterday. Today we should solve from here chocolate distribution problem. So in another two videos, that is this video and next video, we will complete array part and then we will move on to matrix. So I have realized one thing that you people are not watching complete videos. So I will make shorter length videos, but the problem would be that number of questions will be maybe three or four only, not five or six. So please bear with that. So today let us see chocolate distribution problem. Our first problem is that. So given an array of integers which represents the chocolates in a packet, each packet can have variable number of chocolates. There are m students. We have to distribute the chocolate. Each student gets one packet. Difference between number of chocolates given to student having maximum chocolates and student having minimum chocolates is minimum. So we have to find the minimum such difference. So how to do this kind of problem? Basically, we will be taking the input array. Let us take a variable j, let it be 0. And mn is minimum the answer, let it be int max. Let us sort the array, okay, and for I equal to m minus 1 till n we will run the loop and j will initially be 0. So it is like a two pointer problem. We will continuously keep recording the minimum answer and we will keep moving j pointer as well as I pointer. Why is this working? Because the array is sorted, so we will definitely get the minimum answer. So time complexity is n log n and space complexity is O of 1. So have I submitted this before? Yeah, I have submitted this already. So maybe we can submit it once more and I can prove that it is correct. So this is how you do this problem. Sort the array, find the minimum such that first pointer is at 0 and second pointer is at m minus 1. Keep moving both the pointers until you reach the end of the array. So that was this problem. Let us go to next one, smallest subarray with sum greater. Now, when you read this problem only, you should understand that you have to use sliding window technique. I have already made 4 videos on sliding window. I guess 4. Yeah, so maybe 3 actually. So I will be making some more videos on harder sliding window problems, which are not so intuitive in nature. But this problem is quite simple. It is just a basic application of sliding window. So basically, we need to keep taking the sum. And while sum is greater than x, we will continuously record minimum and we will keep shifting the left window. We will keep shrinking the left side of the window. L is initially 0, okay? L is initially 0. I is the right side part, L is the left side part. We will be shrinking the window size until this condition is satisfied and continuously keep taking the minimum value. We'll be recording it. Simple sliding window concept, and as you can see, I have already done it, so I will submit it. Initially, mn can be some very large value. I have taken some 32,000. Maybe int max only you can keep. So this is how you solve this problem. Smallest subarray with sum greater than x. Concept is sliding window, time complexity O of n, space complexity O of 1. So that was the second problem. Now this third problem, three-way partitioning, it is actually a little tough to explain right now. I'll explain in the next video. So the next video, first part will be this only. Now let us go to minimum swaps required for bringing elements less than k. Sorry, we are given an array of integers n and a number k. Find the minimum number of swaps required to bring all numbers less than or equal to k. So this is also a kind of sliding window only. What you have to do is, you have to, as I've commented over here, first let us count how many elements are less than k. Let us find out the elements which are greater than k. Let us say they are bad. Okay, let the initial answer be bad. Let us take two variables, I, which is the left side of the window, j is the right side of the window. It is equal to count initially. These two conditions have to be taken into account and continuously record the minimum answer and return the answer. So this is also kind of a two-pointer sliding window technique only. So that is why I wanted to take up this after I explained that problem. So this is how you solve this problem. I hope you are doing it along with me, otherwise you will not understand anything. Please open the editor and try to code this by yourself first and then see the solution. So this was this problem. Okay, minimum swaps. Another version of this problem will be given a binary array, bring all ones together. So you can try that also. And tell me in the comments if you want to know how to solve that problem. So let us go to this problem now. So this problem also, minimum number of operations required to make an array a palindrome. Actually, as of now, I don't know the exact answer. I know the answer if only positive elements are there. For this question, I don't know the answer when there are also negative elements. So tomorrow's video, I'll try to do more research and get the answer for that. Otherwise, I will tell you for positive elements only. So this question, and this question for tomorrow. Today's last question, very, very easy question. Find the median of the array. Just sort the array. If the array size is even, then median will be average of middle values. Otherwise, median will be the middle value. So sorting the array, time complexity n log n. It is a school level problem. There are no points also, so it's very, very easy. I don't know why it's in this list. It's okay. Some easy problems also we should do sometimes just to keep ourselves little motivated. But that doesn't mean we solve only easy problems. So I think tomorrow we have only 3 problems left. This one, and this one. And we will be done with arrays. So please share the video with your friends, subscribe to my channel, and let me know if you want me to solve some other things, some other series if you want me to start or whatever. Tell me in the comments, interact with me. So it will be much helpful for me, and it will also tell me that my work is being appreciated or at least seen. So thank you for watching this, and I'll see you in next video. Bye.